What is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Not So Stupid podcast. Today's episode, we are breaking down what biofeedback is and how you can improve your biofeedback. And strangely enough, before recording this episode, I was doing some research to see what other coaches and medical professionals, health professionals had to say about biofeedback and helping you understand it more. And there's no comprehensive breakdown of what it is and how to improve it, which I thought was really crazy, because any good coach, or any great coach I should say, there's a lot of good coaches that don't take this into account. Any great coach will let you know or keep tabs on your biofeedback. This is a very core part in my coaching program as well, is understanding each individual client's biofeedback on a weekly, if not daily basis, to see how their body is improving. And this is especially true for people that have different gut issues or metabolic conditions, thyroid issues, things like that. We need to keep tabs on this, because your biofeedback is your body's way of communicating with you. Your body can't talk to you, right? It's not gonna tell you things. It's just gonna do things with using your body to let you know, hey, something's wrong, we gotta fix this. Just like if you hurt yourself and you feel pain, that pain is your body's feedback to you. It's communication to you to say, hey, this hurts, we should do something about this. It's not gonna tell you it hurts. That's you saying to someone else that it hurts, but your body telling you, creating awareness to you that this is something we need addressing. And there's a lot of things. Pain is just one example, but there's a lot of ways that your body communicates with you and gives you this feedback, gives you this biological feedback that you might not be aware of. You might not even see it as a signal that your body is telling you that something's wrong. And that's why we're made this episode for you, so that you can get that awareness, so you do understand what's going on and you know how to improve those different biofeedback markers. So that's basically what we're going to be doing here. Biofeedback, once again, is how your body communicates to you. We're going to explain the main markers that I track with my clients to help make sure that they are staying healthy, they are living their best life and feeling their best as we go through a diet, a building phase, or whatever, and help you know what ideal feeling you want to have with all of these biofeedback markers, and what it means if you're lacking or if you're suboptimal, and how you can improve it. So you're going to get a lot of good actionable steps here. There's going to be some overlap between the different symptoms as you listen through this, and that's completely normal. Extended bouts of poor biofeedback will spread to other biofeedback markers also being not so hot. But I do want to note that all of these are going to be stuff you look for as trends, not so much as short-term bouts. So I'm going to talk about energy in a little bit, but using that as an example, if you have low energy for one day because you fell asleep late or you didn't get good sleep, there was something loud happening outside, whatever, that's a short-term reason why you have low energy. It's not something that you need to worry about. It's not your body trying to tell you. It is your body trying to tell you, hey, we didn't sleep good, but it's not a cause for concern for something deeper. But if we experience low energy for elongated periods of time, multiple days a week, multiple weeks a month, that is something you want to be aware of. And that's what you want to think about with all of these I'm going to talk about here. Is this a trend that you are going through or have experienced? Is this something that is consistently an issue for you? Or is this something that you've constantly experienced and didn't realize that it is an issue? Some people think this is just normal, this is how my body works, but really that's an issue and you should be taking that into account. No one should have low energy all the time or be exhausted all the time, as an example. And we're going to go into, again, all the other ones and what optimality looks like. And last note here before diving into them is the reason this is so important is because this is the difference between living a happier life every single day or dragging yourself through life. This is the difference between being present, being fully energized, being pain-free, being able to do the things you want to do with the people you want to do, and having to sit out because you don't feel so great or you don't have enough energy or you don't have, your joints hurt or whatever. This is what it means to live a happier, healthier life, is optimizing your biofeedback so that your body is running on all cylinders, feeling its absolute best, so you can go and attack life at your fullest potential. And if you're in a calorie deficit, some of these are normal to experience, but still, if you experience too much of these, you might want to stop your calorie deficit. So that's my last note on this. Diving into the different biofeedback markers now. we're gonna start off first with training performance. So what you do in the gym, how you feel in the gym, how strong you feel in the gym, and how you progress in the gym is a key sign on what your body and what's happening inside of your body. Now, when we do go through training, there is something called the 80-10-10 rule. And that is where 80% of your workouts are going to feel really good, but it's not gonna be like the best workout of your life. You know, it's not gonna be hitting PRs or personal records or anything like that. It's gonna be really good workouts. You leave feeling good, you have a good pump, you feel stronger. That's gonna be 80% of your workouts. 10% of your workouts are going to be those amazing workouts where you're super proud of yourself, you hit a new personal record, you lifted something you've never done before. That's gonna be 10% of the time, 10% of your workouts. And the last 10% of your workouts are gonna be the workouts where you feel absolutely terrible. You don't feel good, your joints hurt, you can't lift heavy, you're getting weaker. That's gonna happen 10% of the time. This is the ideal. You want it to be in the 80-10-10. If you have a bad workout every now and then, that's completely normal. If you find yourself having bad workouts, you're not getting stronger consistently over and over and over again, week over week, that's a key sign that you need to change something. And the biggest things that are likely need to change is you need to start eating more, giving yourself more carbs, or timing your nutrients around your training better so that you can feel better. You need to recover better, and this could look like getting extra sleep or just taking care of your body, getting stretches, doing low intensity activity so that your muscles can recover. Or that you've been going hard for too long. You've been pushing your body to the limit way too long, way too often, and you probably need to take a deload week where you still work out, but you do less sets, you do less exercises, you focus on getting a pump and just getting worked, but not running your body into the ground. You should ideally, again, be in that 80% range most of the time. Every now and then, again, you get bad sleep because something happened, you'll have a bad workout that day, that's normal, but if all conditions equal, you're consistently finding yourself in a bad training position, your training performance is constantly suffering or not improving, you've been stagnant for too long, that's a key sign you've got to change something. More often than not, again, it's going to be just eating more or smartly adjusting your nutrients to be around your training session to help fuel it better. Training should help you feel strong. It shouldn't help you feel dead. You shouldn't feel exhausted. You shouldn't hate yourself or your body. Your body shouldn't be in pain after doing training. So if that's happening, that's something you need to take a look into and, audit how you're training, audit what your recovery looks like, audit the food you're eating and when you're eating it to help you improve your training performance. Now, the next one related to this is your recovery. And this is basically how sore you are after training. Are you recovering well from your training? This is a really key one here because recovery isn't just your muscles being sore. Your muscles being sore is actually a central nervous system, a peripheral nervous system signal that is really throwing you off. It's not gonna allow you to get the benefits of training. You're not gonna lose fat, you're not gonna get stronger, you're not gonna have better joints because your nervous system is fried. So, excessive soreness, where you're sore for multiple days at a time, is never something you should ever experience. That is training way too hard, that is not eating enough consistently, and that is just doing exercises that are just painful for you, right? We never wanna be in that position. Now, if you do the first week of a new training program, you might be sore a couple days, but it should never be a soreness where you can't get up, you can't move, you can't use the bathroom without it hurting, any of that stuff. That is too far, too long. And if you're feeling that week in, week out, you need to slow down. You're probably, again, either under recovering, so not eating enough, not allowing your body a chance to recover, not sleeping enough, or you're overtraining. You're just doing too much stuff. You're pushing yourself to new extremes, doing too many sets of exercises, training for too many hours. Really varies depending on what you're doing, but see what you're doing and adjust that. Ideally, what you want with recovery is the next day you should feel worked. You shouldn't be able to tell that you're sore unless you're looking for it. That's what you want most of the time. Again, if you start a new training program, the first week of that new training program is you'll usually be more sore due to novel stimulus. It's just new stuff happening, and that's normal to experience. But if the second, third, fourth week of that new training program, you're still feeling super sore, you gotta change something. So ideally you wanna be at a soreness level where If you're stretching, maybe you feel a little bit sore, but it shouldn't ever impede anything you're doing for that day or for the following days as well. The next biofeedback marker is energy. So we touched on this a little bit, but you do want good energy levels most of the time. You want to feel energized throughout the day, maybe tired in the evening, maybe like you need a couple of minutes to wake up in the morning, but you should wake up feeling energized. You should be at 3 p.m. still energized. You know, if you wake up at like 6, 7 a.m., you should still be energized. You shouldn't be tired until like 8, 9 p.m., 12 hours after waking up. That's ideal, and that's what optimal health looks like. Now, if you're at a point where you wake up exhausted most days, it takes you hours to wake up properly, caffeine doesn't help you wake up, this could be a sign that your central nervous system is fried. You need to give it a break from caffeine, but also you need to fuel your body properly to help you get more energy more often throughout the day. Odds are you're probably under eating by a lot, or you're under eating specific nutrients. So you want to eat more general calories overall, and you also want more micronutrients overall, which is a diversity of vitamins and minerals. That's what micronutrients are. So including those more into your diet, having more fruits, having more vegetables, etc., will help you get more energy, help you recover better, right, from your training, because that could be exhausting as well, and taking into your digging into your energy reserves. But more so than anything, giving your body the nutrients it needs to get the energy that you want out of it consistently. And also sleeping more is going to be an obvious one, right? If you're not sleeping 6.5 plus hours a night, you're not going to get energized. You're not allowing your body, your brain, your muscles the ability to recover and reset themselves. And because you're not doing that consistently, you're going to feel terrible and low energy all the time. Now, if you get midday crashes, that is going to be, if you have good energy most of the time, but you get midday crashes, I should say, that is going to be a sign that whatever you're eating for lunch or in the middle of the day is spiking your blood sugar too high and then having it crash down on you. So in that situation, you need to change how your meals are set up, include more fiber in that specific meal, include more protein in that specific meal to manage the blood sugar spike, or take a sugar break or reduce supplement to help limit the spike of blood sugar per every meal where you're going to have excessive amounts of carbs. So that is energy. Ideally, you do want good energy most of the time. If you're not experiencing that, you're missing out on a better life, to be honest. It's life-changing once you prioritize your health in this way to improve your energy. And now rolling off of that one, the next one is mood. So mood is directly tied into what you're eating, what you're doing to your body. But most of the time, you want to be in a stable mood. You don't want crazy mood swings. You don't want to be really irritable all the time. You don't want to be sad or down all the time. You want to be in a stable, good mood as your baseline. Obviously, things are going to influence your mood, things that happen throughout the day, but how sensitive you are to change, how sensitive you are to how reactive you are to changing that mood is a big sign that you might need to change something in your health. There is a strong correlation between gut health and how well your mood is. Different foods will help improve your mood and help your body produce the neurotransmitters that help improve mood as well. So getting in more fiber, getting in more micronutrients, protein, vitamin D will help regulate your mood more frequently so you feel better more often. And these things that I just mentioned also go hand in hand with energy. Good mood, good energy, you want that on a consistent basis. You don't want to be down all the time. You don't want to be low energy all the time. It's a terrible way to live life. You're going to be dragging yourself through every single day. So get ahead of that. Get some sunshine on your skin first thing in the morning. That's going to help improve your mood, help improve energy levels, help improve your sleep in the evening as well. And it's a really easy, fun thing to do. You'll feel good doing that, especially if you make it into a routine. So that's going to help you get, getting outside, getting sun on your skin, helps you get more vitamin D. Getting more fruits and vegetables is going to help you get more fiber and more micronutrients. And these are going to help you improve your energy and regulate your mood. So if you're in that boat, definitely got to start doing that ASAP. The next biofeedback marker is appetite. And this one's a little tricky. You want just a regular appetite it comes and goes. It's never too extreme and never too low. If you're always hungry, like really hungry, and you're never hungry, those are both signs that you need to eat more. The reason never being hungry is a sign you need to eat more is because you've eaten so little for so long, your body thinks there's no food around. So instead of wasting energy trying to tell you, hey, I'm hungry, it's just assuming that, you know, it's wasting its time because there's nothing around. So instead, as a survival mechanism, it doesn't tell you to be hungry. And likewise, if you're super hungry, you're super hungry, you need food. So it doesn't necessarily mean you need to eat more calories. If you're not hungry all the time, that is a sign you need to eat more calories. But if you're super hungry, it doesn't necessarily mean you need to eat more calories. But you at least need more food volume. You need more food that takes up more space in your stomach to help you feel your best. So what that looks like is eating foods like salads or stir fries or egg scrambles, soups, etc. Low calorie foods that take up a lot of space and that you can eat more consistently throughout the day to give you micronutrients to help the other stuff that we talked about, but also help you feel full for longer. The key nutrients you probably want to eat if you do have a ravenous appetite most of the time is protein and fiber. Those things are going to help you feel satiated for longer, help you feel your best for longer, and regulate the appetite. But also, one more thing here on appetite before moving to the next one is if you find yourself constantly hungry all the time, that could also be a sign of sleep deprivation. When you don't have enough sleep, the hormones in your body that tell you, hey, I'm hungry, are elevated. So you end up wanting to eat more naturally. So getting in enough sleep will help regulate your appetite as well if that's not something you're already doing. So yeah, appetite. No appetite, too much appetite, both signs you need to eat more and do it more consistently. If not with calories, at least with food volume. Now the next one is cravings. Cravings are always a sign, having high cravings are always a sign that you're lacking key nutrients. When your body wants something, it means that it doesn't have it in its system right now. More often than not, it'll feel like, a sugar craving, a sweet craving, a salty craving, but that's just it wanting quick energy right now. Sugars and carbs are quickly broken down into glucose for your body to use as fuel, but it doesn't necessarily mean it wants those things. When you have a craving, it means it's lacking something. More often than not, protein and fiber are the number one culprits that you're lacking. This is my experience in having coached hundreds of people. If you're having high cravings, you're probably not getting enough protein, you're not getting enough fiber. Getting more of that will help reduce your cravings over time consistently. Another reason you might be having high cravings is because you're constantly stressed. If you're super stressed, your body's again gonna look for those quick energy sources to help basically fight the stressness, because cortisol spike that happens when you're stressed is blunted by the insulin spike you get from having and consuming carbs and sugars. So it'll always look for these quick sugary carb sources to help manage your stress, manage your cortisol level. And instead of going to that, find alternative ways to help manage your stress so that you're not having these super high cravings. And I'm going through these pretty fast. So we got two more here and then a last note kind of recapping everything. The next one is digestion. Ideally, you want regular bowel movements daily, happening at about the same time every single day. You want nice, firm, shaped stools, right? If I gave you a gross visual, that's fine. I don't care. This is a health podcast. You should have expected this. If you're always constipated, if you have diarrhea regularly, or you don't go regularly, days at a time, there could be a few reasons that this is happening. But the reason you want to take care of your digestion is because it directly impacts everything else we talked to this point. That's why I have it at the end. Poor digestion can mean if the foods aren't being flushed out of your body, waste isn't being flushed out of your body's holding on to everything, you're going to have your energy reduced because it's going to be weighed down trying to manage all of this. You're going to have your mood reduced because your gut is working on taking care of the food that's in your system. It doesn't have time to create the neurotransmitters that are going to help you feel better. Cravings and appetite can fluctuate as well. Training and recovery are going to be slowed down because of that too. So taking care of your digestion is a huge, huge, huge priority that you need to work on if you're not already, or if you don't have regular movements already. If you have a gut sensitivity issue, you have a condition, like an IBS, a Crohn's, similar to that, then you're going to need a completely different approach to anything I'm saying here, but it's still going to be helpful to do some of these things for you as well. So if you're experiencing constant constipation, have regular diarrhea, don't go regularly, just don't have regular bowel movements or have poor stool shape, odds are you could be because you're not hydrated enough. This is a really big common one. You don't have enough fiber, right? Fiber is a really key theme here. You've seen across a lot of these. Getting in more fiber will help solve a lot of problems for a lot of people. And you don't eat food, you eat foods that don't sit right with you. So every person to some degree has some sort of food that doesn't sit entirely right with them. And sometimes they don't realize it doesn't sit right with them until they remove it from their diet. So taking the time to get a better idea of what these foods are doing, how they're impacting your health, how you feel after having them, and what it leads to with your bathroom situation can go a long way. So if you find yourself in a position where sometimes you don't go regularly, or you've constantly not gone regularly for a long period of time, start playing and experimenting with the foods that you're eating, the type of foods that you're eating, if you're hydrated enough and you're getting in enough fiber. That can really make the difference between you feeling better all the time or not feeling better all the time. Because again, all the food that you eat, the only way that it benefits you is if it gets digested properly. That's how the nutrients are absorbed. That's how they're sent into the rest of the systems of your body to help you feel your best. If you're not doing that, if you're not taking care of your digestion, you're not going to get the benefits of eating these good foods that you want. So digestion is the next one. And the last one is libido, or your sex drive. So having low libido is never a good sign, because evolutionarily, right, as a species, your goal is to reproduce. If your body has low libido, it means it's not a safe environment for you to reproduce. So if you have a low sex drive, you're not getting in enough calories, enough foods, you're overworking yourself, you're overstressed. You could be, I should say, these are all different things that could be causing this. You could be overstressed, you could be overworking yourself, you could be under eating yourself, you could be training too hard for too long, too often, general under recovery, so not sleeping enough. I think those are all of them, but again, key themes that have come up in earlier ones as well. You want to have a good regular sex drive multiple times a week. You should be experiencing that regularly. That means your body is healthy and safe enough for it to want to reproduce. That's a key thing here. If you're not experiencing that, you have a low libido, that's something you need to work on. Eating different foods can help. Eating more protein, micronutrient dense foods and high fiber foods can help a lot. Taking it down on your training, managing your stress, sleeping more, and improving your recovery. That'll go a long way. All of those are ways to improve your libido. So if you're experiencing this, that's going to be a key thing here. There could be something else going on. If all your other biofeedback markers are fine and this one's the only one that isn't fine, that could be something going on. But if you're seeing that you have the libido and a couple other ones, then it's a key sign here to start working on improving your health. So again, if you're dieting, I mentioned this at the beginning, but I'm going to recap it here. If you're dieting and you're experiencing multiple of these, that is a sign. If you're experiencing multiple of these and it's like to a high degree, like you really have terrible energy, you really have a bad mood, you really have no appetite, cravings are sky high, your digestion is absolutely awful, you're sore 24/7, that's a sign that you need to stop dieting, take a break for a few weeks. If not, you're gonna ruin your health even more and need to take a break for a few months, if not years, to help recover from pushing yourself further into a diet that is harming you. So if you're experiencing multiple of these, take a break from dieting. If you're experiencing a couple of these, that's normal in dieting, especially if it's not too extreme, it happens every now and then. But you don't want it to be so bad that you're checking all of these off the list, like this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, and you're still gonna die. That's not safe for your health. And if you're not dieting and you're experiencing these and you want to improve your health, it's time to get your health in order. It's time to start improving your recovery, eating more protein, eating more fiber, having more regular nutrition intake, getting better sleep, getting different micronutrients into your body. Doing these little changes in your day with your diet, with your lifestyle can go a long way. And if this is a priority for you and you really want to do it and you feel like you're doing all the things that I said you need to improve and you're still stuck, schedule a free strategy call. Man, that was a terrible, strong call to action there. Schedule a free strategy call with the link in the show notes. Again, this is a priority in all of my coaching. So I want to help you feel your best, live a happier life, live a healthier life, so you can live your life to the fullest and experience the things that make you happy more often, because you're gonna feel better doing it. Your body is how you interact with the world. If you have a bad body, feels bad, you're gonna constantly, every interaction you make is gonna constantly feel bad too. So improve your body to improve how you see the world, improve how you experience things. And if you want help with that, schedule a free call for an opportunity to work with me and help you improve that. But until next time, I hope you found this helpful, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Stay stupid.